camera shows everything in reality shows, but the real story begins when the cameras are closed. After the Battle of Martell and Marsau, an earthquake occurred on the show's set. The producers immediately stopped the show, separated everyone, and called an emergency meeting. Everyone was asking, should the show go ahead? This one incident made the show more famous than ever. Media's headlines were, "The Martell Holt blast exposed the secrets of Marsau. The next day, I did not return to the Marshall show." According to his close friends, he quietly closed his house, closed the phone, and did not talk to anyone. He stood in front of the mirror and asked himself, am I really what the world shows? He was not angry, but sorry on his face. The years of pressing suffering and failures had broken it from the inside. He always considered himself strong. But now he understood that his power was actually his weakness. Pride. Melody Shari, who was always away from Martell's conflicts, was now in peace. She was spending time with the children, but there was a new news coming every moment on social media. Some people were saying that Melody finally got justice, and some were saying she is punishing Martell quietly. But those who knew it closely thought that Melody believed in peace, not revenge. He had decided that he would take his life out of the war and take it to peace. But Martell had not yet reached this point. Marsau, who always showed himself serious and sensible, was now under the pressure of the media. In an interview, when he was asked about Martell, he burst. Where Martell goes, there is a catastrophe. The phrase spread like a fire on social media. The hashtags became tags. People were divided into two groups. But no one wondered what was going to happen after this interview. Martell watched the interview. First, he remained silent, then called his lawyer. A few days later, the news went. Martell Holt sued Marsau for defamation. It was not just a legal battle, Anna's war. Melody heard the news and closed his eyes. She knew this route will lead Martell to more isolation. Occasionally, silence is the biggest revenge, he said, but he doesn't understand that. The producers were happy with all the drama. The rating reached the sky. The same scenario in the new episode trailer, Martell and Marsau face, back Melody's face, and the sound was coming. Will the truth come out now? But the fact was that not everything was true. Some things were being shown, and some were hiding. Martell's mother, Martell Holt, first appeared to the media. They said, "My son is not bad, he is just injured." When a person loses everything, honor, love, trust, he can do anything. People became silent after hearing these words. For the first time, someone saw Martell as a human, not as villain. But the fact was that Martell was fighting himself. Wakes up at night watching children's pictures, reading old messages and thinking, when did I change? One night he sent a message to Melody. I've lost everything, but you may still understand me. Melody did not answer, but the next day posted a phrase on social media. Marsau also realized that he had crossed the boundary, but now everything was in front of the public. The return was not possible. Producers have a special scene in the new episode. Martell and Marsau sitting face to face. No script, no cut, only two people, one table, and the truth. After a few moments of silence, Martell said, I don't hate you. You made me what I never wanted to be. This moment became immortal in the history of the show. For the first time, viewers saw real faces, no mask, no acting, just pain. Melody looked from the scene from afar and said gently, finally, he became the same person I always wanted. Martell won his truth without harm. But the truth was isolation. The show ended, but the story remains because the reality never ends, only changes. Finally, a line emerged on the screen. Sometimes peace is more dangerous than revenge. Time passed. The court's decision came full custody of children to Melody and the right to meet Martell only. Martell quietly got out of court. Media questions did not answer. His silence was not tired. It was not defeated. When Melody came out, he was not proud of his face. Only there was peace. Looked at the sky, breathed, and said, finally, I can feel freedom. Storms have come on social media. People said Melody proved that silence is also a way of justice. A week later, he posted on Instagram, "Don't argue with the past, just make the future." This post took more than 2 million likes. Martell tried to take over his life. The therapy started, turned away from the media, and reaffiliated with the children. Then one day Melody got an email. The title was, "From Martell, I'm sorry." It was written in, "I lost everything and learned that silence is the power. You changed me without saying anything. Thank you that you taught me quietly." Melody replied with a smile, "Change looks good if the intention is true." It was not the end, but the new beginning. A few months later, the new season came. New name, love whoever runs away from the truth is always imprisoned in his past.